Ready to Fly: How Sylvia Townsend Became the Bookmobile Ballerina, written by Lyon and L.A. LaFay. Forward by Sylvia Townsend herself and illustrated by Jessica Gibson. Ready to Fly. A note on hopes and dreams. I believe every child is born with gifts. As a child, my gifts were reading, dancing, and singing, which all helped me to teach myself the basics of ballet from the instruction books I found in the bookmobile. Even with these gifts, I grew up very poor and didn't have a lot of money or resources available to me. Luckily, my parents, who were rich in other ways, would give me words of encouragement and shower me with their support. My father went as far as surprising me with a pair of ballet shoes from the secondhand store. My parents helped me to pursue my dreams of becoming a ballerina and opening my own dance school of dance. I hope every parent will pay close attention to their children. I hope parents will be ready to help children become the best versions of themselves, whether they want to sing, dance, or act, or become an athlete, scientist, or doctor. And I hope this book will inspire children everywhere to pursue their dreams, regardless of race or background, whether they're rich or poor. I want every child to forget the phrase, I cannot, and to always know that yes, you can. Sylvia Robinson Townsend. Born with the beat in my feet, I jive to daddy's jazz and sway to mama's symphonies. As musical notes start to float, I rise to my toes and ready to fly. When our secondhand TV fills with beautiful dancers, all feathered and fine, I say, I want to do that. Sylvia, Mama says they're dancing the ballet, Swan Lake. Ballet? Oh, I need to learn ballet, Sylvia says. Can I take lessons? I want to leap. I want to twirl. I want to do pliés till I can dance in real ballets. But Daddy says, sorry, baby, lessons don't come free. So I twist Mama's scarves into a tutu and make my own ballet slippers. Dressed and ready, I try and try, but my feet won't budge. There must be another way to learn how to soar. That spring, a bookmobile rolls into our neighborhood. Do you have any ballet books? I asked the smiling librarian. Why don't we look together? We search the shelves for the perfect book to give me wings. At home, I begin reading, building my own bar, and learning the positions first, second, and third. Each month, a new book adds to my routine. Jeté, pirouette, arabesque. I feel my wings growing one feather at a time. One day, I'll be a flying ballerina too. News of the bookmobile ballerina draws neighborhood kids singing, teach us to leap and twirl and do pliés till we dance in real ballets. Out on the stoop, I show them my swan-like strides and my rising releves. I'm the one giving lessons now. My fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Spendell, sees my swirling steps. Any girl who can dance like that needs real lessons to reach for the sky, she says, and offers to pay my way. Mama, Miss Spendell, and I set off to see some ballet schools, but the first school says too full. School 2 says no room. School 3 whispers, it just can't be, letting the real reason slip out. Ballet is for white girls. Is ballet not for girls like me? Those words pluck the feathers from my wings. My dancing feet don't feel the beat. My tutu goes back to being Mama's scarves. I tuck away my slippers and tell the librarian I won't need more books. But my little swans twirl up for their next lesson. They still want to fly. Who else will show them how if I don't? Lesson by lesson, we grow more feathers until we sashay out onto the school talent show stage in the fall. The best part comes as an encore. Backstage, another dancer says, "My daddy thinks you should meet Madame Sawika. She's come all the way from Russia and teaches dance too." Like the ballerina from TV? Could this really be? I jump at the chance to finally get my wings. When the day of the audition arrives, I soar through the studio door. Seeing all the mirrors, I freeze. But the music starts to float, and so do I. Rising to my toes, I fly across the floor. Daddy's jazz becomes a beat in my feet. Mama's symphonies help me soar. As the last notes fade away, I float into reverence. I hold my breath, waiting to hear what Madame Sawika will say. Smiling, she says, "You've never had a lesson, dear?" I bow my head, whispering, "No." "Well, you're a beautiful dancer." Madame Sawika takes me under her wing, offering me a free place in her school. Every book, every beat, every practice at the bar has brought me to this day. All feathered and fine, I am the ballerina who can leap and twirl and do plies and loves to dance in real ballets. A ballerina whose little swans are ready to fly. Sylvia's Art of Ballet School of Dance. A note from Leah, Lyon. I heard the story of the Bookmobile ballerina from Sylvia Townsend herself at her dance studio in Richmond, California, where she's been teaching ballet to children of all backgrounds from all around the San Francisco Bay Area for over 40 years. Sylvia grew up in a small apartment with 8 siblings, 2 parents, and lots of music. Here, she created her own little corner of the world, scouring the TV for dance shows. I had Betty Davis eyes and would practice my Betty Davis walk and scat like Ella Fitzgerald, who told me and pointing to herself said, "This skinny little black kid was into every form of dance." But Sylvia lived in segregated 1950s America. People then lived by unofficial rules and laws that made certain things for white people only. African Americans weren't allowed. Bookmobiles in the United States. The very first book wagon in the U.S., Maryland, 1905. Bookmobiles through the decades. 1920s, Bookmobile, St. Paul Library, Minnesota. Sylvia's hometown was the first city on the West Coast to have a bookmobile, and today, the city of Richmond's Bookmobile, California, 2018.